Hey everybody, Matthew here, picking and piping. Hope you've had a good week. It's Saturday, and of course, just as I start talking, the wind picks up, but it's a beautiful day today. Low 80s, sunny. Had a good amount of rain this week, but left over from the hurricane, they said. Hope you guys have fared okay with the weather and the heat and the rain and all that. I'm smoking a really good blend. This is crooked. 1792. Is that what it's called? 1792? 1492? No, 1792. San McGowan. One of the best Kentucky blends, but it's so hard to get a hold of. I only smoke it occasionally because I don't want to go through all my single tin that I have, and it's not even a full tin at this point. And it goes so fast every time there's drops, it's like gone right away. I think there was a drop recently and I didn't see any a couple days later. Amazon's pulling up. Hold on. School supplies. Yep, Amazon order. More school supplies. Yeah, which has been the highlight of, well, not really, but this week has been crazy. Up and down, all over the place. As you can tell from my title of this video, the good, the bad, and the Baccy. School's starting for us here in the Northeast, well, in this area at least, the Wednesday after Labor Day. So getting school supplies for a whole bunch of kids is a lot. That's crazy. Thankfully, there's Amazon. Speaking of school, though, my son, one of the good things, he had his freshman retreat this week, a one-day retreat, starting his new school. He's going to be a freshman, starting high school. It's hard to believe that he's starting high school. That's my oldest. That was fun. That was a nice, good day for him, but then we had a part of it, like my wife and I had to go at the end of the day, and then there was stuff for the parents, and then a barbecue at the end of it to finish it all off. Oh, it was kind of nice. So it's exciting because it's the same high school I went to. It's going to be a really good school for him. Just crazy that he's a freshman. Speaking of crazy, I need to relight this. I can feel the nicotine though. We had bunnies amidst all the other animals in this house and pets and nonsense. Well, my wife thought they were both the same gender. Well, they weren't. There were two bunnies in a cage together in a hutch. They're not the same gender. So like 2 months ago, one baby was born. So my father-in-law built us a bigger hutch that, a couple weekends ago, he brought over really large hutch for the family of 3 bunnies, and then we had another bunny, so 4 bunnies. Well, this week 5 more bunnies were born. So they must have done some stuff before we separated them in this hutch. So now we have a total of 9 bunnies. Anyone want one? Seriously, free. Come, you can have it. Um, That's good and bad because we don't need more animals in this house. I had a job interview. Well, I had one last week, this like a week and a half ago, and then I found out this week that I got for the next round of the interviewing process. It's with my company, same company. It's just it would be a promotion position, like a next level job. Um, that's a job I'd be interested in. So I'm really excited that I made it to the next round of interviews that I have this week. My next round, and then there'll be a third round if I make that cut. They'll whittle it down to just a few people probably and do a third round. So looking forward to that. That's nerve wracking though. We've also, speaking of animals, I should have said this before. We've been puppy sitting. Oh, I did mention this last Sunday that we were puppy sitting for a pit bull that was rescued by one of my wife's coworkers, and they were on vacation, so we puppy sat. No, not a puppy. What am I saying? Dog sitting. And so he was a really good dog, really cute, but he peed in the house a bunch of times. So that was good and bad. I'm glad he was cute, but I'm glad he's gone because it was just extra chaos with another animal. Our house isn't very big, and we have enough. Yeah, bunnies, dog. Oh, I started my medical tests for my seizure that I had like a month and a half ago. Finally, I started those tests to figure out what's caused it and what's going on, and hopefully that there's nothing ongoing that they need to deal with. And so we'll see. I had a MRI this week, and then earlier today I actually had an EEG. Then I have some more tests next week, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully that gets resolved soon, and I can start driving again soon. That's the worst part of it all, is I'm not allowed to drive until all this is figured out. Geneva, people are allowed to walk down the street. Geneva. Let's see. So that's good and some of the bad. Oh, it was my daughter's birthday. Turned 11. Very cool. Let's see if we can relight this. No, it's windy out. The other good is that I'm finally taking a little bit of time off next week. It's a holiday weekend for us anyway, Labor Day weekend. So I'm taking a few days off extra, so I'm going to be off for 5 days in a row. That'd be nice. The bad, though. I mentioned to some people earlier in the week my mom was in the hospital. This time she had really high blood pressure. Well, she had like this migraine that went on for about 24 hours, and she was extremely dizzy. Doctor took her blood pressure. It was an in-home doctor that came to her apartment through her health insurance, and found out her blood pressure was sky high and had been that way likely for a good bit of time. So they were concerned. So she went to the hospital. She was in for about 24, well, day and a half. They did a bunch of tests. Found out that she had some TIAs, which are mini strokes. Now, all the tests concluded that her heart function and valves, arteries, or veins are clear, open, and everything's good. So they're not concerned about her having any major strokes, like as a result, because TIAs often lead to a big stroke. But that's still a scary thing. So they've adjusted some meds, put her on a new blood pressure medication, and they're monitoring it closely. She's home now. She's got a nurse that's come in a couple times. Our ice machine broke because one of my bright kids decided to put a bottle of a sports drink in the freezer to get it cold fast and left it there, and it froze up to the ice machine that makes the ice. And we tried to pull it out. It pulled some of the inside guts of the ice machine with it. Fun times. Oh, and sorry, this video is just kind of going on because I'm just rambling and talking slow today. Here's a situation that's both the bad and the Baccy. I found an online seller through Instagram, going back a few weeks ago, that had Dorchester, and I've been trying to get a hold of some Dorchester because I really like it and it's so hard to get, but I wanted to get some to put in my cellar because my one tin is running low. And it's one of my favorite vapors, if not my favorite. So we negotiated a price, and he's international. So the shipping price was included in, I bought 2 tins from him with the shipping. So he shipped it to me. I was supposed to get it like 2 weeks ago. Had the tracking info. All of a sudden the tracking info status said, I forget what it said, but the status changed to pending or something after it had been shipped, or it didn't say pending, it said something. So I gave it a couple days, and I got some text messages from the shipping agency wanting me to pay insurance or pay for something, and I was so confused. I thought it was spam at first. But then I contacted the seller, saying that I had gotten some spam, what I thought was, and said that it seemed like the shipment stalled because I was supposed to have gotten it by then. He looked into it. Turns out it was stopped at customs. Whatever customs, I think it's his country's customs, but I'm not even sure. He had put in an extra tin to give me, not of Dorchester, but of another tobacco for me to try, because he was being nice. And it was going to cost $300 to pay the, I don't know if it's a fine, a tax, a duty, whatever you call it, to get the tobacco released and sent to me. Mind you, I paid this guy like $50 for 2 tins with shipping. which is a lot, but with Dorchester, if I were to buy one at my local B&M, if they had it, it would be like 30 some dollars a tin. So, anyway, the seller went back and forth about wanting to pay it. I guess he tried paying some of it to get it back, and it didn't work, so he was out more money. But now he's not even... At this point, he's going to refund my money. But it's been over a week and he hasn't yet. I told him he could just send me 2 more tins because he had more. But he didn't seem to want to do that and go through the hassle again. I don't know, but I just want him to... It's frustrating because I really wanted the 2 tins at Dorchester, and that or I want my money back. So I'm out the Baccy. If anyone's got some Dorchester out there willing to buy from you, let me know. Well, if you're willing to sell it to me, let me know when I get my money back. And the other Baccy snafu was, if you remember if you watched it, my video last Sunday, my last video, I was smoking some C&D Derringer. I had probably about 5 ounces left in this big mason jar. Because I was given a tin initially, a 2-ounce tin, but then I liked it, so I bought some in bulk. Anyway, long story short, after I did that video, I was outside playing with my kids, coming back in the house, carrying stuff in my hands, and I dropped the mason jar of my tobacco. So no more C&D Derringer. Thankfully, it's a bulk. It can be purchased in bulk, and so I ordered some more yesterday. So that's it. The good, the bad, and the Baccy. It's been a crazy week. And this video has gone a lot longer than I thought it would, so I apologize for that. If you stuck around the whole time, thank you. But hey, not the end of the world. Baccy can be replaced. Hopefully, my mom's on the mend. We have some new bunnies. School starts soon. Life goes on. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good week. And enjoying what you're smoking. I know I am. This is really good stuff. And I'll eventually get some Dorchester somehow, some way. Maybe this guy will come through online. If not, I'll just wait for the next drop. I guess so. I guess. Okay. I've taken up enough of your time. Hope you're doing well. God bless. Stay safe. I'll talk to you again soon.